It's a Tuesday in December when I liquefy my assets. My coworker, the corporate cog, warns me I'm having some sort of crisis and I'll regret walking away like this. The man at the pawn shop says,
This stuff ain't worth hardly nothing to me. Got anything else you hawking?
After the smoke settles and my stacks of money fall to earth, I have a grand total of 25 large. 25,000 is what I'm able to drum up after a lot of toil on this earth, and I am now ready to direct it in full with 100% commitment to my new life goal: becoming a successful horse owner and jockey. Most of the people at the track say I'm nuts, that I'll be lucky to make it through half of a single year, not even one full season.
Don, you're a gambler, not an owner, not a rider.
Could I survive a year in my dream job, or would it be the biggest failure to date? There's only one way to find out, and only one man can get me started. Rascal Beaumont is a horseman. Well, actually he's a horse middleman, but one of the best there is. I inform him how I want to spend my money. I don't want to purchase a cheap horse or even a few cheap horses to hedge my bets against. I want only one horse, possibly the most expensive I can afford, but also the absolute best quality animal he's got in stock. I do not have time to develop talent. Because of my limited bankroll, I need to start earning purses almost immediately. I ask Rascal to only show me fillies, and he comes up with some of his top-of-the-line creatures, which I begin to evaluate. The first filly Rascal has them trot out is named Beauty Creek. She costs $18,600, and some of that high cost is attributed to her 5-star rating when it comes to racing well in adverse track conditions.
You could flood the track with wet cement, and she'd still bring in a crown.
Next up is a big beauty named Rigid Mind. She can run good at a longer 12-furlong race, but what impresses me most is her 4- and 5-star rated incline value and braking style. This means she is very strong out of the last turn and has top-of-the-line acceleration, respectively. Last of the cream of the crop is a 3-year-old named Eager Player. I look into her energetic eyes and see that she has a great personality, a 4-star temperament in fact, and she's got high ratings and stamina on both turf and dirt tracks.
She's got high ideals and a taste for celery stalks.
After mulling over the numbers while sipping a sweet tea with Rascal, I couldn't ignore being drawn to a particularly strong finishing power and an easygoing personality. She'll do all right for you, Rascal says as I fill out a check in the amount of $17,800. I also note that the monthly cost of maintaining her will run about $400, and a good portion of that will go to the trainer I hire. Buster Hilt is a man I first met playing cards off a back alley on Beale Street. He is a horseman through and through, but due to some violations in his past, he was banned from the Horse Racing Association, and thus has a hard time finding legitimate track work. He is a loud, gregarious man, and by the end of the card game in which we split the pot 60-40, I had found him to be an honest and good man indeed. I had told him if I ever got into the business for real, he'd be the first I hire. After purchasing Rigid Mind, I made good on my promise. For a monthly cost of $400, Buster would house and train the filly. After taking her for a ride, he offers this advice on her pace.
She's not a front runner, she's a preceding runner. You settle in with the pack and wait for her time to strike. She's got a 3-star guts rating. Don't be afraid to bump and grind a little bit.
Buster and I lay out the January racing schedule to see what Rigid Mind is eligible to run in during the first month. The first available to her would be in the second week of the schedule, a short 7-furlong race in Miami. With a paltry $1,900 purse for first place, it would be a nice way to ease into the season. If we wait till the third week, there is a similar 7-furlong race, except this one run up in San Francisco. Other than that, there are a couple of higher class G3 races with $4,000 purses for the winner. I don't want to start any later, and I prefer the lower stakes to get a read on her ability. So, I decide to register in the Flora and I board a plane and head south to Miami. bright and sunny day in Miami when Buster and I arrive at the track. I mount the strong filly and they jam us into the gate. The moment of truth. Within seconds I'll know if I purchased an investment or a liability. I feel her shift her weight beneath me, my thighs gripping her sides. I think back on the warnings.
You're a gambler, not an owner. Certainly not a rider. What kind of owner rides?
The gate swings open and the pack explodes across the dirt. From the crowd of thunder and whistles, I quickly slip back through the pack, remembering Hilt's words. To be honest, as a gambler, I know there's a lot to pay attention to, but when you're actually up on the horse, things are happening very fast. There's the speed of the horse, there's her stamina and how fast she's using it, trying to pay attention to my place. How many furlongs behind are we? How fast the finish line is approaching, all while maintaining her condition. To be honest, I think I'm dropping too far behind. I urge her ahead and quickly realize things aren't right. She's overly exerted early on and already running a too fast pace. I pull her back, slowing her pace, trying to revive her condition in time for a late spurt. But as we round the final turn towards the grandstand, she still shows fatigue. I have just about 2 furlongs to go. The pack of horses ahead of us stretch further away, blurring into the horizon. I have nearly a furlong to go, yet her condition is not blue. She's not ready for her burst, but I'm running out of time. I've got to send her, and I do. Calling on her continuously, and I feel an immediate answer. She rockets ahead forward, and I feel that feeling you have riding a plane during liftoff. She surges forward fast as the increments of space between us and the finish line close. We approach the pack with incredible speed, but it is just short of enough. Within a moment, perhaps 1 additional furlong and we could have been a contender. 11th place finish, nearly dead last. I had ridden her wrong, but she has immense power that I should have set free sooner. Now I know, and on the next race, she will have her true debut.